What's up, vlog audience? My name is Duke DeLate, and if you haven't heard of me before on this channel, I've been a dating coach, international dating coach, for the last 7 years professionally. I've been in the industry for 13, and I got started. I was a super socially awkward my whole life. I was a people pleaser. I just tried to get people to like me, get approved by everybody, and I just had a big problem dating. I destroyed my whole life at some point. Started dating this girl for like 7 years, and when we broke up, I thought I was going to marry her. When we broke up, I realized I didn't know anything about dating, so I hired a guy to teach me how to talk, how to speak, how to make eye contact, how to deal with my body language and everything, and went out to go to a seminar so that I could be dateable. And when I showed up, it was a room, and it was a men's dating coach, and there was a room full of dudes. I think it was 60 guys, and what is now one of the biggest self-help companies in the world. Back then they were kind of a rinky-dink organization that flew by the seat of their pants, and the CEOs were there, like the trainers were the guys who run the company, and I realized that like what they do for a living is they fly around the world and drop into a city and basically help people hit on each other for a living. And I was like, where the fuck do I sign to get into this job? And they're like, well, just sign here and you can work with us. I was like, what, really? So I signed the thing, and that particular position didn't work out, but I got hooked. I started going out pretty much every night. I started just practicing social skills, trying to deal with my own anxieties and my fears and everything. And what I thought getting into it was that I needed to learn how other people thought so that I could communicate with them correctly. And what I learned very quickly was that the enemy is not out there. The enemy's in here. It's all of your fears, your insecurities, your traumas, your enmeshment, and all this other stuff that you have connected with all of the limiting beliefs in your life. Those are the problem. And other humans are dealing with the same thing, and that's what makes human interaction so complex. And so I just big nerd about it. I just started studying everything I can get my hands on. Psych stuff, body language stuff, language. I got certified as an NLP practitioner. I ended up becoming a hypnotherapist for a little while, and then I went back to school and took hardcore academic, and I went and got my degree in psychology. And I never stopped. I loved it. I moved on to a different company and quit my corporate job. Used to be a computer programmer, and I quit my job to go fly around the world with a company called The Attractive Man and deal with coaching guys how to deal with dating. And it was amazing. I ended up running with the Bulls, and ended up in Thailand. I ended up in Israel and dealing with dating on the beach of Tel Aviv, and swam in the Dead Sea, and did all this other cool shit, like the travel vlogger lifestyle. I mean, if you look at my old YouTube channels and all of my Instagram stories and stuff, you'll see kind of the life that I've had over the last 5-6 years. And it was mind-numbingly awesome. It was just fucking awesome. But there's something missing, right? Like I learned how to run games, so to speak. I learned how to attract people very quickly. I learned how to create a fun vibe for everybody involved. I could walk into a nightclub and create a center of attention thing and dance with everybody, give everybody a great experience, and let that sort of unfold and over in cities all over the world with all sorts of different cultures. And it was great, except for after that, what happens? I look at dating like this. There's like pickup or initial meetup, right? There's this area. And then after that, you got to get to know somebody and really dig in to see if they're compatible and qualify them for dating or whatever future plans you have. And then you move into these hardcore long-term relationships, whether they're poly or whatever. Like you still have a depth of intimacy, and it keeps moving up this intimacy chain into these lifelong, hold your hands and die next to each other, notebook style things. And I realized that all the stuff that I've been teaching over the years was great. It's still like the first 7 to 10 hours. Like the original guy, Eric von Markovic, when he came up with the idea of the initial pickup, all of the rapport and all of the trust that you build, it was really designed to be the first 7 to 10 hours of the interaction. And then after that, there was just a whole new skill set that was necessary. And I felt like I'd already gotten to the point where I could do the same thing over and over and over and over and over again and teach it really, really well. But all we were really teaching people, guys and girls alike, were to get over their fear and social anxiety. And since I had done that already, I started to look beyond, started to look further for better ways to communicate, better ways to indoctrinate myself in other people's lives, and develop real relationships, even if they're fleeting, even if they're momentary. I'd be in a city for like 3 days. It's not like I'm going to carry on a hardcore relationship for any length of time, but I was able to create intimacy and build friendships that when I come back to the city, like, people are happy to see me, and they like keeping up with me on social media and stuff. And it's like, okay, cool. I've learned how to, not only be a good entertainer in the beginning, but I've also learned how to be a good human to people, to leave them with moments that had impact. And I became addicted to that. And so I started moving away from, pickup in general, and moving towards a more relational bias. Even as I was teaching, I became master trainer for the Attractive Man, and I did that for years. And I just started moving towards just a more, I guess, holistic view of charisma and all that stuff. And so there's a lot of stuff that wasn't on brand when you're teaching in the men's dating world, and I realized that, like, most people have the same insecurities, they have the same fears. It doesn't matter what gender they are. It doesn't matter if they're men, women, gay, bisexual, lesbian, whatever. It doesn't matter. They still have a core relationship with themselves that they project out into the world, and that creates it's kind of a mirror. It creates their response in other people. And so I thought, okay, well, maybe I can teach this stuff on a broader scale, less focused on the details and the tactics and the lines and the energy, and more focused on your relationship with yourself. And so that's what I did. I gave up my position there at the Attractive Man, and I started my own channel and my own social media presence, and I started developing my own programs. And so my premier program is developed around storytelling and how to get people engaged when you talk and not run out of things to say, and get yourself at the level of your ability to communicate with other people while keeping their feelings in mind. And I'm just really proud of it. I've got a lot of work into it, and so we're releasing that in the next, I think, week and a half. And then I did a 30-day challenge on dating, so I got a couple of products there. Check them out on my website, dukedelay.com, if you'd like to check them out. But I'm excited to move into some of the deeper things. As you move forward on social media with me, you'll see breakdowns of storytelling, breakdowns of conversational topics, and how to convey your boundaries, and how to convey your how to assert yourself as your own identity in the space without being needy or people pleasing and all that stuff. But you'll also be able to tackle some of your inner trauma stuff, because along the way, not only through my psych degree and everything, I got certified as a certified trauma specialist with the Arizona Trauma Institute, and it just opened up a whole world of stuff for me to deal with people. And I don't like to focus on negativity. I don't like to focus on I don't like to own my trauma in a way that allows me to be a victim. And so I try to communicate that as I'm coaching. But I'm really excited for the stuff that I can speak out into the world, and I'm excited to go on this new journey of teaching and leaving an impact that is broader and can help ultimately more people before I'm dead. Leave a legacy of something that is not insignificant. Was that a word? Significant. Something that when I'm gone, I know I've left something generative in society. So thanks for joining me, and thanks for being part of my journey. I'm going to shoot these videos pretty much every day, and there's still some vlog format stuff that's coming out. So keep a lookout for that. Please, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. Check out my programs if you're at all interested in dating and storytelling or whatever. It's at my website, dukedelate.com, and the links below and here, and here. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow, and we're going to talk a little bit about fear and stuff. I'm Duke Delate for DukeDelate.com. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Stay awesome.